Hi, so now we're going to talk about the latest version of the GK console, the gkv4. So this is an upgrade on the previous version. It now has a Cortex-A processor, the STM32MP255 and to show you a few more of the features, it's also got a much larger 5-inch touchscreen. And there's an additional joystick button, the joystick controller analog stick for additional control in games. Added also with some start and select buttons just underneath the main menu button. On the back, similarly, it has the trigger and also the bumper controls. A new addition of a analog throttle control on the side, which can also be used in a digital mode, so you can set stops, detents at sort of 33%, for example, for throttle. On the top, we have the power button. We have a USB-C charging port. It's poking its way through here is a UART, so we can debug it if necessary. And then a headphone jack socket. And on the back, in addition to those controls, we've also got the Cortex debug adapter along with the reset button. So now we're going to start it up and show you what it can do. Right then, so let's start it up. So power button here. And it's got very similar boot times to the previous version. Runs its own custom operating system, so no Linux involved. So it starts up very quickly straight to the menu system. It's the same menu as the previous version. Bonus points if anyone can remember or work out what the music's taken from. So it's got the sort of up and down controls, so we can go up and down and we can see what we're doing. We have a touch screen, so we can slide up and down and see various games. It's got the volume control here, so we can get up a volume slider on the right hand side which goes up and down when we press it, and then after a certain amount of time just disappears of its own accord. And then we have the overlay, so this is a separate process called GK Supervisor, which is in the repository. So press the big yellow button and you get the supervisor come up. So this has a brightness slider, if I can grab it properly. It has controls for Wi-Fi, so it enables the Wi-Fi of the system. It's got on top of it, it's got current date and time, the frame rate currently, temperature, battery voltage, the current, the power draw of the entire system, and the CPU usage, and then the battery strength, the battery capacity in the top right hand side. We slide this to the right, there's an on-screen display, so we can type in things in games that need things typing. Let's get rid of that again, and we can just get rid of it by sliding it down, or indeed just pressing the button. So we're going to start off with the ones that are natively compiled for the system. So it plays Doom, obviously, so let's try Doom. And the controls can be customised per game, so here I've got the start button, meaning go into menu and start select games. I've set up the two joystick controls to be similar to how sort of modern first person shooters are, so the right stick is doing look around and the left stick is doing forward and backwards, so it's kind of intuitive, and the fire is the trigger on the back. And obviously the strafe is very useful for this guy here. He fires things out really easy to do. Let's leave that for now. Right, let's have a look at some other games. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So we slide up and down. We've got cools, because what self-respecting open source console will not have cools. It's got the intro somewhere in the galaxy, etc. And we can start the game. It's already saved where I was before, so we're level 40. And you can move around and you can be killed by these little red guys and knocked off the screen by them, and the little white ones which I hate. So let's stop that there and try something else. So this is Neverball. Neverball is a very, very good open source game where you control a ball and try and collect coins. It's got some sound, which we'll get rid of because it stops you hearing me. Now this little cursor here is the actual the built-in hardware cursor within the console as well. So we can move that around, and that works as a mouse cursor. So let's play a game. Now this is all running on the 3D accelerator within the device, so it's all quite silky smooth OpenGL accelerated stuff. Now then, this demonstrates the tilt control as well. So it's got tilt support, so we can go up and down, we can go left, we can go right, and then we've also got controls for the camera, so we can have a look around, and we can collect the coins, and we can bounce off the walls, and basically fail to complete the game. So let's exit that one. It's also got a Never Putt, which is based on the same engine and very, very similar indeed. There's a version of Pac-Man, and of course there's Quake as well. So very similarly to Doom, the controls are set up to be more reminiscent of what people would expect in a sort of modern first-person shooter. And there's the CD audio soundtrack. So we've got left, slide, look around. You can look up and down now because it's Quake, and fire on the back. And let's jump, and we can go in and we can go around here and we can start shooting some things. So ignore all the secrets for now, and let's go in here and start killing this guy. And so on. Right, what else do we have? We've got a test triangle, because as I was developing the OpenGL support, various emulator games, and of course, again, because it's an open source console, you must have TuxRacer. And TuxRacer here has a button and also touchscreen support, so there's the TuxRacer mouse cursor. We can practice things, and we can select what we want, or we can go to race. Here's our little guy going down the mountain. Get up to 60 and then don't go forward anymore. And there we go. Failing again to get all the herring. And this sort of runs, and it's so you see sort of frame rates there, and this is running under the on the OpenGL accelerator again. Right, let's leave that there. Shut it down. So that's it for this demonstration. We'll shut down the system. Bye bye, and thanks for tuning in.